All right. Hello, everyone. I wanted to come on and live stream today. The holidays tend to be a hectic time of year for people, and I know that a lot of people get a little bit derailed by practice. That's one of the reasons why I'm hosting the 7-day challenge in the new year. It starts January 1 with a lead class with me, so I hope you'll join me for that lead class on the 1st of January. But today I thought it would be a nice way to, um, head into this holiday week that starts next week with a little meditation and chant together. So I am going to, the chant we're going to do, it's called Shan no Mitra. I'll tell you a little bit about it first. And it's a chant that basically says something like, this is why we practice. We to become comfortable not knowing. Um, it's asking us. It's us asking for bliss. Um, may we find bliss. May we understand that the seeing is the letting go. Understand gestures of not knowing. Um, and to pause and to sit with that, and to drop the preconceptions of who we are, because we all have stories of who we are. So to work on dropping those preconceptions of the story of who we think we are. We all make up stories. um, and and to start, so it's the path to insight is to notice, and that's kind of what this chant is about. So let me share my screen with you. And um, here we go. All right, so hopefully you can see the chant in front of you. And I'll chant it one time, and then then we'll do line by line together. So just like with meditation or the closing postures at the end of practice, you want to sit up tall and create a clear channel for your prana to travel through. Om Hari Om Shano Mitra Shambarunaha Shano Bhavatvayama Shana Indro Brihaspatihi Shano Vishnu Ruru Kramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Twameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Twameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Vritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmam Avatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. And now we'll do one line at a time so you can follow along. So I'll say a line and you go ahead and give it back to me. I won't be able to hear you, but I'll trust that you're doing it. Hari Om Shano Mitra Shambarunaha Shano Bhavatwayama Shana Indro Brihaspatihi Shano Vishnu Ruru Kramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Twameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Twameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami. Vritam vadishyami. Satyam vadishyami. Tanmam avatu. Tad bhaktaram avatu. Avatu mam. Avatu bhaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And it's always nice just to kind of sit with the resonance of a chant and just to, like kind of at the end of yoga, like at the end of practice, when you want to just kind of settle into Shavasana for a second to feel that residue. All right, let me come back here. Okay, this is a chant that can often be done at the time of a lesson. Shan means clarity, brilliance, happiness. Um, and so this chant is asking us for bliss. We're asking Mitra to give us bliss. We're asking Varuna to give us bliss. It's it says, "I adore you, Vayu, the wind, God, prana, breath," and that basically means sensation. Um, and it's asking us to be protected. So may the truth protect me. May it protect the chanter or the teacher, which is why you do it in the beginning of a lesson often. May it protect me. May it protect the chanter. Own peace, peace, peace. And so my interpretation is kind of like the seeing is the letting go, the gesture of not knowing. And you pause and you ask again and again. And you're trying to drop those preconceptions, let go of the stories that we have about ourselves. Feel the prana of it, feel the sensation, because the mind keeps bringing us these stories and you keep letting it go. And you bring it, your mind brings you back each breath to the part that is exciting, to what you notice. And so, like when you're doing a seated practice, your mind is basically a blank screen, or you're trying to get your mind to be a blank screen, but then something appears. It could be a pain or a noise, and then you kind of start again. But that's okay, because the path to insight is to notice. And so this is basically a chant about, or that's why we practice to become comfortable not knowing. So the chant is called Shan no Mitra. And then I thought we could continue just for a couple more minutes together with a little bit of heart coherence breath. So this can be an activating time of year for people. The holidays are busy. It's the end of year stuff for work. People might be traveling. And then this year there's the whole nother thing of quarantining and COVID on top of it. I know some places we're still shut down. Here in California, everything's shut down again. And I know that we are alone. That's happening a lot. So there's this added stress. And one of the ways we can learn to manage our stress is, yes, through yoga and meditation. That definitely helps. But I also really like heart coherence breathing. So with heart coherence breathing, super easy. For me personally, before my seated meditation practice, one of the things that happens with the Ashtanga yoga pranayama, if you're familiar with it, it can be quite challenging. And I think for many people, it can be anxiety inducing because of the breath retentions. With heart coherence breathing, there's no breath retentions. It really is a nice way to start introduce pranayama to people. And what's great about it is that you can literally do this anywhere. If you're in a at a stressful family dinner where, like your extended family is kind of getting you on edge a little bit, you could do heart coherence breathing. You can certainly do it on your yoga mat. You can do it if you're in line at the post office. I was in line at the post office today doing heart coherence breathing. So there's a lot, you could do it anywhere and no one even knows that you're doing it, but you feel something. So what heart coherence breathing does, it is essentially syncs up your breath to your heartbeat. And that has a very soothing and calming effect on our bodies and on our minds and on our nervous system. And so it's a great way to calm the nervous system. So we're going to do it together. I'm going to just pull up my timer here so I can actually time it for you. And same thing with chanting, same thing with seated meditation. You want to sit up tall. Like this is a sign of being awake. So you don't want to be like slumped over trying to meditate. Like that just looks like you're falling asleep. And this is the time to wake up. So sit up tall. Let's do a couple of clearing breaths. So just a full inhale and a full exhale, just to clear the breath. And I want you to do that 2 more times. Full inhale. You can sigh like I'm doing to let that air out. 1 more breath. Okay. And then on your next inhale, we begin. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, 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 and then a full inhale and, and a full exhale. So that's a really brief introduction to heart coherence breathing, but the idea is that you would do, it's actually a 5.5 length inhale and exhale that you're supposed to do, but the inhale and the exhale match between 5 and 6 breaths each. And if you do 5.5 rounds of that, that would be exactly 1 minute. And your heartbeat that's how many times your heart beats in a minute. So everything gets synced up and it has a very calming and soothing effect on the nervous system. And I thought it would be a good thing to introduce you to today because there's a lot going on, and all these distractions can really take us away from our practice. All of the consumerism right now can really take us away from what we know really matters when there's pressure to, buy gifts or, um, we kind of into like the holiday hoopla, the madness, the running errands. It takes us away from all these gifts that we already have and the magnificence that's right in front of us. It's easily overlooked. And so this is a great way to touch base with yourself, to tune in to how you feel, and to actually make yourself feel better in just a few minutes. I threw in the chant because I like to chant, and I think that it's a great way to extend your practice off your mat. And same with this. Of course, you can also do it on your mat. But the nice thing is that you really can do it anywhere, in traffic, traveling, in line, at a family dinner. So you have all sorts of options available to you. And that is all I have for you, but I'm happy to answer any questions. If you have one and you want to drop it in here, um, I will do my best to answer it for you. Otherwise, it's almost the end of the week. Hang in there and have a great weekend and enjoy all this time leading up to the holidays. Try to be present for it and enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy the decorations and enjoy the treats and everything else that you have right now that makes time a little bit more special. So thank you so much for being here. I hope I see you on my New Year's Day class. It's going to be a Tim Miller style primary. If you're in Ashtanga Central, you're already in the course. Otherwise, if you sign up for the 7-day challenge, you'll be in that class also. So if you want to be, so it's New Year's Day, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, kind of early for the West Coasters. But if you're on the East Coast, that's a pretty nice time to practice on New Year's Day. And I think we're going to do a Tim Miller style primary because I always think those are super fun. Yeah, the breath, I was trying to time it at about five. I mean, I was shooting for 5.5, so it was right between 5 and 6 seconds. But heart coherence breathing is 5.5 inhale, 5.5 exhale, and that would end up being about 5.5 repetitions per minute. So that's what I'm shooting for. There's a book that I read recently about breathing. I'll link to it in the comments. It's a really good book that you might be interested in. And you can learn more about heart coherence breathing on the website. It's called the HeartMath, heartmath.org, I think, heartmath.org. So check that out if you want to learn more. All right. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for tuning in.